That's better. Check my hair. Okay. So we're just gonna wait for a few people to come in, a few viewers to come in. We're gonna just wait just a few minutes whilst also people get the notification. I'm not too sure what this weird line is here that I'm seeing across the screen. Ooh. Yeah, there's a strange line there. I'm not too sure what it is, but it is what it is. We're gonna check that out soon. Hopefully in the next day or two my other issues will be sorted out, and then at least we'll be back on track with our regular way of podcasting. So yay, we got one viewer in. Welcome. This is your boy Bob Rock, and this is the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Welcome to my one viewer there. Thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate it. I know it's been a while since since you guys have seen me, and I think that I know I was supposed to hold my podcast yesterday, but I just had some really important work I needed to finish up, which is why I just postponed it by a day and decided today would be a good day to host a show. So what's been happening, people? How are things with y'all? I hear in Europe things are starting to open up quite nicely now, which is excellent. I'm starting to see all the competitions happening, and that's very encouraging to see. People are getting out there, getting to the tracks, and it's nice to see that the tracks are actually being filled. So what that tells me is that a lot of people really miss drifting, and more so also getting out of the houses. I know people have been stuck in their homes with all the conditions of the lockdown and the fears of COVID. And guys, COVID is real, so please take care of yourselves. Make sure you're safe, make sure your families are safe as well. We want to see everybody, all our drifters again. Just take care, man. We know sometimes these things work, sometimes these things don't work. We don't really know, but all we really need to know is that we need to do whatever it takes to keep ourselves and our families and our loved ones safe. So let's do that. So for everybody that just joined in, welcome to the B-Rock RC Show. I'm your host, Bob Rock, as you guys know me. And welcome. If it's your first time watching the podcast, welcome to the podcast. This podcast is for anybody and everybody who's interested in RC drifting and the world of RC drifting, and also wanting to find out what's going on in the world of RC drifting. I'm sure a lot of you guys would be interested in at least a couple of things that we're talking about today. We've got we don't have anything lined up in terms of new releases from any manufacturers, but I did come across something very interesting and something very handy, a very handy tool that I'm sure a lot of us will be keen on using, and will be keen on exploring and sharing with others. So today, whilst doing my usual content search, I came across a post by Wrap Up Next, and this is something that a lot of us have been trying to figure out, or trying to come to some sort of agreement when it comes to track width of our chassis. I'm sure everybody will agree that we've all heard different ways that people share, that people explain track width and how they measure track width on their cars. Some do it either from the top of one wheel to the top of the opposing wheel, or from the bottoms of the wheels, or from the hubs of the wheels. So what Wrap Up Next has, I mean, from what I've seen and from what I understand, Wrap Up Next is has come up with a full width calculation simulation. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but basically what it is that it's an online calculator where you input your certain measurements, and the calculator will automatically work out what's your length, what's your track width. Now the calculator does tell you, okay, where you need to take your measurements and what you need to measure. I wish I could show you a little bit more, but not to worry. In the follow-up episodes, I will show you the simulation calculator. If you guys have Wrap Up Next on your Facebook as one of the groups that you follow, go check it out. If not, please go to my profile. I've shared the post where they have the calculation simulation on it, and you guys can have a look at it as well. I had a look at it earlier today, and it's very simple to use. The website is in Japanese, but if you're using maybe Chrome, then you just click on the auto translate and it should translate everything for you. I mean, it's done that for me, and it worked out quite well. And I just put in some random figures, and it seems to work quite nicely. So I'm looking forward to taking measurements and doing it more formally, doing it properly, and seeing the actual track width. I think it would be nice for everyone, because what it does is it's starting to set up a standard where everybody can follow. So this is the standard of measuring, and you use this calculator and it works out perfectly your track width, which is awesome. And so it's definitely worthwhile having a look. So just remember, just go onto my profile, the Bob Rock, my Bob Rock profile, not the page, the profile. Go check it out, play around with it. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. What I would like to ask all of you, whoever is watching, the four of you, if you could please share the podcast, get the word out there that this podcast is live, it's on now. We want people to watch and join in. It would be nice to have a bit of a crowd and get your input, and let's feed off each other's energy. And let's get the hobby back in the same level that it was before COVID hit. And now that everything's starting to open up again, I think this is the perfect time to have all of these discussions, and obviously to watch a podcast. There's such a blatant plug to get the podcast out there. It's crazy. For us, what's going on here in South Africa is the situation is actually getting worse. It's getting really, really bad. We're getting high amounts of new infections every single day, and it's becoming quite serious here. So unfortunately, a lot of we are on a tighter lockdown level, which means restricted travel, restricted events, restricted places we can visit. So it's my kids again. Yes, can I help you all? Furqan Raza? What's happening? Okay. Kids, what you gonna do? So, okay, so there's another topic that I really got to talk about once again, because it seems like this topic is never ending. It seems like it's not going away. So it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. It's a couple of things all related. So just bear with me. So recently, we know that a lot of new, a lot of people are becoming quite interested in RC drifting, and they want to take on, they want to get into the RC drifting hobby. However, they still appear to be making some rookie errors, and when seasoned RC drifters come out and try and give advice, we are being crucified and we are being vilified because we are giving the best and most appropriate and most current advice that we are, so that we can make their experience enjoyable. And and like I said, we are being made out to be like toxic people, which is absolutely ridiculous. Hey buddy, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Canada, man. I really appreciate it. For the guys that just joined in, if you're joining in for the first time, I'm your host Bob Rock, and this is the B-Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Please give us a like and turn on your notifications. And also, I upload all of the episodes onto my YouTube channel, which you can also follow if you missed the live show. And also, if you want to catch up with all of the episodes that we've done so far, we're actually in season 2. So you can catch up on all of that, plus season 1's episodes. So, so back to the topic that I was talking about. We are being made out to be bad guys because we are advising. We're trying to give the best possible advice to create the best possible environment and the best possible experience for these new guys. But you still get people who are adamant about the old ways. And there's nothing wrong with reminiscing and going back to the old way. However, you must keep in mind that it's 2021. We are beyond that. We have moved ages and ages away from all-wheel drive. And although CS may have died at the end of or mid 2018, but it died. It's dead. It is dead. We have moved on. So you guys need to get with the program. We moved on from all-wheel drive. We are in the rear-wheel drive era now. So you either get with the program or just be quiet, sit down, ask for advice. You don't want to change over, that's fine. You just want to jam at home with your mates, at home, in your garage, whatever it is, you do that. But don't come on when we are trying to give you the best advice and then make us out to be bad people and sort of elitist in our attitudes and stuff like that. No, it don't work like that, my friends. It does not work like that. However, with that being said, all-wheel drive seems to be still making its appearance everywhere, and it kind of got me reminiscing a little bit about the old days, about the CS days, and I'm sure some of you guys also time to time feel a little bit nostalgic about it. So when I came across a couple topics about all-wheel drive and about CS, and then I believe it was a topic by a post by either Victor Ding or Victor Ho, one of the Victors, where they were talking about CS chassis and reminiscing about the old chassis. I was like, yeah, it'll be nice to go back and revisit some of the CS chassis. So it made me think, you know what? Let me just go back and put together my CS chassis again, and just take it from there, just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. I think in my case, I yeah, in my case, I think I'd enjoy it a little bit more, because at the time I was doing CS, I didn't have the level of knowledge and skill that I have now. So, and by that I mean tuning knowledge and setup knowledge. I didn't have that back then. So the level of setup of that CS chassis was definitely nowhere near as good that as it should have been. However, now that I'm armed with that knowledge, I think I could do it, do it some justice. So I think I'm busy. Okay, I lie. I'm not so busy with it, but I am slowly working on it, getting my CS chassis up to speed. And the chassis of choice is the Street Jam OTA R31, which I've had for a long time. So it's quite sentimental to me as well, given how it came about and how I managed to get it into my hands. So I think I'd definitely like to revisit the Korogashi style of driving. For those of you who've been driving in CS, you would know what I'm talking about, Korogashi style. That's definitely helped me transition over to rear-wheel drive when I did eventually decide to leave CS and focus on rear-wheel drive. Okay, so Dirk says it's hard for me to drive CS again. Dude, I'm so sure it would be like so difficult to drive CS. Even for myself, I'm sure I'd just mess up. Yeah, so in that case, I think we'd actually we might actually do okay if we go with a high CS ratio. So maybe that's something that we can revisit if we ever go back to CS again. I doubt we'll ever go back to CS, to be honest, because manufacturers have moved on. Now everybody's focusing on rear-wheel drive. There are a few who are doing all-wheel drive chassis. The D-like still has the hybrid, which comes in an all-wheel drive format. However, the new chassis that they have introduced, which is the D-like hybrid 0, that's rear-wheel drive dedicated. Yokomo with the YD4, although I don't think that they are producing that anymore. I don't know, I could be wrong. Then there's a few more. I don't know the names. I can't remember now. But yeah. So I don't know. What are you guys driving? What are your old CS chassis? What are you interested in? Would you ever go back to CS? Would you ever try CS again? Let me know in the comments. If you would try CS again, what would your weapon of choice be, and how would you rate your driving in CS? You think you'd do better if you focused a little bit on it? Would you be able to tune it better because maybe you have a little more knowledge in tuning now that you... Jeez, why I'm interfering with my hair? Sorry. You think you do a little better because you know a little bit more about tuning now that you've been driving rear-wheel drive for a little bit? Let me know. Okay, so I see we have a few more followers, a few more viewers here. Thank you so much for watching. This is welcome to the B-Rock RC show. and I hope you enjoyed this episode. So, with that, we'll be talking about all-wheel drive. We'll be talking about the newbies coming in, and as this podcast is a little bit informal, very casual, grassroots kind of thing going on, and also largely aimed at the new guys and the guys just coming into the hobby. Hey, what's up, Rob? Thank you so much for joining in, bruh, all the way from the US of A. That's my boy Rob. Man, what an inspiration. What an inspiring guy. So yeah, we're talking about the new guys, dude. We spoke a little bit about all-wheel drive, about CS, and reminiscing about CS, and I mentioned that just for the fun of it, I want to go back and just pull my CS chassis again, just for the hell of it. I don't know, call it nostalgia, whatever. But I just think that I'd be able to do. I just think I'd be able to do a little better now with the tuning of it. But let's see how it goes. I think it will end up miserably, but let's see how it goes. So the one thing that's been particularly disturbing me as I go through Facebook, go through all the drift groups, and just observe what's going on. There's one thing that a lot of new guys do that like really bugs me. Okay, so Rob says, new guys, don't think you need to activate boost and turbo. Please get solid laps down first NA, then start to tune your ESC. 100%, bro. 100%. I can't. I couldn't have said it any better. The problem is with new guys is that and I must admit, I was there at one stage where we so excited and so enthralled by RC drifting and everything that happens that we want the best, we want this, we want that, we want to be like all the other guys and be able to do this and that, but we lack the basic knowledge and the basic skills. That you gotta get the basics right in everything. You gotta get the basics right. Like when you go and study, when you enter your first year of university or your first year of college, no matter what subject or what you're majoring in, what field you want to go into, they start you off right at the bottom, man. They don't give you they don't throw you into the deep end immediately and give you everything that's industry ready to do in the beginning. They take you have to learn the basics first. When you were born, you didn't get up and start running, did you? Exactly the same thing. You can't just expect everything straight off the bat. Okay, so Rob says, and please, for heaven's sake, stop parking on the damn track. Hi, Bo. I absolutely agree, man. 100%. Why? You know, it's... Holy cow. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Boom, Sam. Okay, so Rob mentions, new guys, please stop in the middle of the track. Stop doing it. Now, there's I don't know, it's hard for, I don't know, I don't want it to seem like, it's only the new guy's fault. Partially, it's the track owner's fault, because if you know you got new guys at your track, I think it would be, I won't say your duty, but I think it would be in the best interest of everybody and your track to mention to the new guys a few of the basic rules. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Thank you so much for joining in, my bro. Really appreciate it. Good to see you again, man. Yeah, that's my boy Ricky, also from the US, and then Wolf Day all the way from Germany. very respected guys in the community we've got here. Thank you for the support. It's much appreciated. Much love, man, much love. So geez, I can't remember what I was talking about. New guys stopping on the track. Oh yes. I think for the track owners, I think it's in your best interest to also remind new guys, if perhaps they haven't read the rules already, it's in your best interest to also advise them, please, there are some basic rules. Don't just walk on the track, don't just stop in the middle of the track. Make sure your batteries are charged. Make sure you're using lipo batteries, lipo bags for your batteries. Make sure you don't leave your things all over the place, you know. So there's there's a number of things that I think as a track owner you need to also get in the habit of doing, because let's face it, a lot of the new guys, they're so excited that they forget things and they slip up. So we need to be there to pick them up also. But at the same time, there's some new guys that are so arrogant because they've been drifting very nicely at their homes. They think they can come around the track and do what they like. No, it don't work like that. Okay, so we have another comment. I love reading your comments, guys. So Rob says, oh yes, I'm a big jerk sometimes when I call out the new guys, but I can't let it slide. Got a bit in the butt. Yes. And one more time, yes. Rob has made some excellent points there for the new guys to follow, and I think it's worthwhile for the new guys. Please pay attention. We need to get the word out to the new guys. Please, these are some basic rules that you guys need to follow. It's simple, easy to follow. It's not difficult. You will gain rep points if you follow these rules. You won't be known as the jerk that comes to the track and nobody wants to tandem with you. And you know, if you follow the rules, you'll have more people inclined to help you and assist you and talk to you and make you feel that much more welcome at your track and into the RC Drift family. So please remember that, please. Okay, Rob says, I finalized my track edit. Track etiquette write-up this week for all to share and or print out for the tracks. Awesome, man. If you guys have followed any of my other podcasts, I did do a podcast all about track etiquette, which actually went quite well. It was a nice episode, a lot of engagements, a lot of good points made. It's actually my previous podcast, which is episode 16. So if you go onto YouTube and you search for the B-Rock RC show, scroll down to all the videos, scroll down to season 2 episode 16, and you will find that episode where we're talking about track etiquette, and I think you guys will enjoy it. It was quite a nice episode. And whilst you're there on YouTube, just click on like and subscribe, and I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers so I can change the name of the I can get a custom URL for YouTube, so I don't have this random long bit of coding of a URL. It would be nice, you know, to have a nice concise URL for the show. So yeah, another thing, and I'm sure Rob will agree with me. In fact, a lot of you guys will agree with me, is, and this is something that's been bugging me a lot. New guys will put up a post. Hey guys, new to the drift world. I just got an X chassis. I bought it. What upgrades can I get for it? I'm like, what? What upgrades? You haven't even been on the track, but you asking for upgrades. You don't know how to drift yet, but you want upgrades for your car. Like, where's the logic? Do you even know what the upgrades do? Do you even know why you need the upgrades? Or are you just buying it because you're buying it? Look, on one hand, I completely, I can sympathize with store owners, in that although you want to give the new guys the best advice, you also need to make a sale, and after all, it is a business. Some of the guys actually rely quite a bit on this business, whether it's a side business or whether it's a main thing. These guys rely on sales, so I kind of sympathize that yes, they'll just sell the new guys the upgrades, and I have no issue with that. The issue is with the new guys themselves. They first need to understand how to drift. What does it mean to drift? What does your chassis do? What can it do? What can you do to the chassis? How do you tune it? How do you tune it for the different surfaces? What do the different parts of your chassis actually do to the car in terms of performance? What will happen if I change the toe, if I change the camber, if I drop the suspension, if I make it softer, if I make it harder, if I change the weight ratio, if I change the motor position, the ESC position? What are all these different things going to do to the car? Once you understand that, then by all means go upgrade your car from bumper to bumper. I won't have any issue. Now, this is just a personal view and a personal observation that I've made recently. Let's see. So Ricky says, most just want to look cool or say they have the best. Money don't buy throttle control or tuning skills. It's a hands-on situation game. 100% agree with you. They don't realize that you got to learn how to drift first before you go out and you pump out your car. If you want to pump out anything, rather do a nice shell. At least you look the part before you expose yourself when you get onto the track. But yeah, I mean, even for guys buying like a new guy buying maybe an SX3 or getting an MC1 or an overdose gum with the extra options. It's all good and well that you get it, but do you know how to use it? So if you're a new guy, however, let me actually rephrase and correct myself over there. It's okay that you want to get a pumped out chassis straight off the bat. I think that in the long term it does work out better for you because you don't need to get all the extra upgrades and things like that. But with that, you need to spend the time and effort to understand what you have and what it can and can't do. So by you buying a high-end chassis right off the bat, excellent, well done. However, you need to spend the time to learn how to tune it. So and also by that I assume that you are in the hobby to, for good. You got into the hobby, you got this high-end chassis, you're in there, you're in it to win it, man. So you just need to put in the effort. So it's just something that I come across time to time, and it really, really, really bugs me that before you even get onto the track, you're already asking what upgrades can I get. And you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not spending any time trying to understand your car, trying to understand the hobby, and then you get all these fancy parts, all the upgrades, and after 2 months you decide, oh no, this is not for me, I can't get it right, and I just want to sell everything off. You can't get it right because you haven't spent the time. And instead of saving that extra money, you push that money into a chassis, and then you only to find that you don't enjoy it or you can't get it right. And again, I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, it's only because you haven't put in the effort. You can go in with the basic plastic fantastic MSC RMX or a YD2 or a GAM and have a hell of a time with it, and you will learn and enjoy yourself more with that than you will if you go if you just start buying upgrades all willy-nilly like that. Also, with drifting a YD2 or a basic plastic chassis, you will get to understand your car a lot more for a lot less. As in, you'll enjoy the car more because you're driving a basic car, and you won't be spending a hell of a lot, because then you'll be learning exactly what kind of upgrades you'll need. Like, you learn that, okay, maybe the standard shocks are not too good, so I need better shocks, better dampers that will give me better performance. Then you say, okay, let me get some new hubs, because it has KPI adjustment, it has toe adjustment like the overdose, and it just has and it has caster adjustment, if some of them, I mean, like the GAM again. So you'll understand which upgrades you need. Your steering isn't quite responsive, it's a little wishy-washy. Okay, then you know you need a bell crank, you need a slide rack, you need a curved slide rack, whatever. So you'll understand better what upgrades you need, and that way you'll be actually saving money and not wasting money. So think about it that way, guys. Think about it that way. All you need to do is just get a basic chassis, hit your track, ask questions with an open mind. Don't go in there all arrogant because you read somewhere, or your cousin's neighbor's friend advised you, oh no, it has to be done this way, and then you find that it's not working out. It's only because it's not working out for you. It worked out for that person, but not for you. So you'll develop your own driving style as well. So yeah, new guys, just take a few pointers there, and just try and pay attention a little bit more. Slow it down. You're rushing too much in the hobby. You are gonna be wasting your money and wasting your own time, and then finding that you want to leave the hobby because you can't get it right, and that's because you rushed into the hobby. So just slow it down, take it easy. You have time, you can get it right and enjoy and have an enjoyable experience. Okay, so Rob says good dampers and geometry knowledge, all you need in the beginning. 110%, bro. 100%. That's all you really need. It's good dampers, good geometry. And when Rob says geometry, he means steering geometry, front end tuning. That's really, really, really important when it comes to rear wheel drive. I mean, the rear you can set that up one shot and it'll be fine, but the front is where all the magic happens. So pay attention to that. There's a number of fantastic I won't say tutorials, but write-ups out there. So you just watch out, follow me on Facebook, watch out for that. I will share the articles. I myself go back and I reread the articles so I can learn a little bit more. So I've got a whole lot of those same articles which I'm gonna go through again just to refresh my mind, and also maybe and have a look at my chassis again, and maybe there's something I missed out. Rob says 2 mils can make a world of difference. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Rob is spitting facts here, bruh. Spitting facts. So to end off today's episode, I wanna take us back to about 2 years ago, right around this time. This time of the year is when the world used to congregate in the far off land of Netherlands, in a town called Emmen, at a beautiful, beautiful resort called Center Parks, where the cream of the crop, the who's who of RC drifting, manufacturers, drivers, enthusiasts gathered together and participated in the World's RC Drift Championship. Okay, so before I go on to that, Rob has sent a link to the very articles that I was talking about. It is by Marcus Masanori. If you guys know him on Facebook, you probably might not, but yeah, look him up. There's the link in the comments. Go ahead, click on it, get reading, bookmark it, print it out, make a file of it, and just read it over and over. I promise you it will help you immensely in your tuning. So back to what I was talking about, which is the moment in time when the whole world of RC drifting comes together at the beautiful, beautiful Center Parks in Emmen, which is in Netherlands, where we get together for a week of drifting and socializing and networking and friendship making and merry making and memory making and coming together to make such a memorable time. We all miss it, the RC Drift World Championship. So I wanted to, because it usually happens around this time, so we obviously all get, if you've been there, we all get nostalgic about it. And I've been sharing some stories about, or I've been trying to get some stories about people's experiences at Worlds. And I've had a couple of stories come in from a few guys about their best memories at RC Drift Worlds, and I would love to share with you all of those stories, but doing it this way is not going to do it any justice. So by next week I will be set up again nicely. I've got everything in place. It's all going to be looking good. So I will be sharing all of those stories about and I'm sharing your stories and memories, your memorable moments from the World's Drift Championships. I don't think I need to go into my story because it's been well documented. I've spoken about it so many times. I think people are even tired of hearing me talk about it. But I will share other stories from other people who would love to share their most memorable and most favorite moments of RC Drift World, the World Championships. It doesn't matter which year, be it the first year that it happened, or be it the last year that it happened, which was 2019. Hey Stefan, thank you so much for joining in, man. You kind of caught the end of the show though, because I'm actually nearing the end of the show, but I will upload the episode so you can always catch up. So what we are doing, what I'm talking about now is actually sharing favorite moments of the World's Championships from the time it started up to the present. I'm not going to be able to do it justice, to be honest, in this manner. But however, by the next episode, I will be set up again. So I really can't wait to do that. It's gonna be fantastic. And I do have a little something else that I am working on in the background. I'm not going to reveal what I'm going to be doing just yet. However, what I would like, if you are interested, I would like for you to link me up to any to your favorite drift videos. Link me up, send me a link, tag me somewhere, or mention me somewhere, whatever it is, be it YouTube, wherever it is. Let me know what are your favorite drift videos, and all will be revealed. But for the moment, tag me in your best, your most favorite drift videos. Tag me in drift videos from your local track, videos that you've done at home, whatever it is. Hook me up with it. I wanna see those videos, because I have something quite special lined up, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So thank you once again to everybody for joining in. I am gonna end off my podcast right here. It's been fantastic and absolutely amazing having you guys join me on my podcast once again, on episode 17 of season 2. I hope you guys will join me again next week on the regular time and the regular day, where I'll be doing a much better, much more enjoyable podcast for you guys. So looking forward to seeing all of you again. Please be safe, keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. Make sure you use your mask, take your vaccination, sanitize, all of those things. Just keep yourself safe and healthy. I want to be chatting with you guys again. Much love to all of you all over the world, and have an awesome week. Also, don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram at Bob_rock. I always follow back, and I always upload all of my episodes onto my YouTube channel. Hashtag get me to 100 subscribers so I can change that damn URL. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoy yourselves, and I'll catch you again next week. Peace.